Hey guys, it's Dana and it's time to talk about money. And in this video, I wanted to share with you 10 frugal ways that we got out of debt. And let me warn you, some of them are pretty extreme. So let's talk about that. If you're trying to get out of debt, it's hard. It's very hard to shift your mindset, to cancel things. Obviously, if you're trying to get out of debt, you should be cutting expenses, trying to cut out things in your life that aren't necessary. So that way you can put as much money as possible on your debt just to get it out of your life, get it over with so you can move on with the rest of your life. So cutting things out can be challenging, and it's also emotional, just because I really fully believe that, a lot of times our identity and our egos are wrapped up in our things. And so I just wanted to share with you, maybe this will help motivate you or give you some ideas, 10 things that we as a family, or me personally, did that are pretty extreme, in my opinion, to get out of debt. And so, number one is we cloth diapered our babies. If you've been watching my channel since the beginning, back in the day, then you know that that's actually how I started on YouTube, is sharing cloth diaper tutorials, talking about how to build your cloth diaper stash on a budget. And so I actually got into cloth diapering because we were trying to save money, and I saw with our first child, we used disposable diapers. And so I added up the amount of money we spent on those disposable diapers, and it was about $3,500, like $3,000 for diapers. And so I realized that I could spend $500 on cloth diapers, reusable cloth diapers that we washed in our washing machine. Modern washing machines can handle it. And that was it. It was, obviously there's water usage, people argue that. And, but it was so much more cost effective. And I estimate we definitely saved in the thousands by cloth diapering and using those cloth diapers for 3 children, because you can reuse them, they're reusable. That's the main thing with cloth diapers. And so we cloth diapered our babies, and a lot of people would consider that extreme. Number 2 on the same line as cloth is I'm a woman, I switched to cloth feminine hygiene products. So yes, that means cloth pads for my time of the month. You can also get Diva cups, which are reusable. So you can, which is fantastic, by the way. I've been doing it for years and years and years. I have no problem with it. And it's so much better because I don't have to worry about like running out and running to the store and having to say, oh, I need more pads or tampons, right? So look into it, try it if you haven't, and you're a woman, and you can do that because it has saved us. It's really saved us so much money over the years at this point with me doing this. So something to think about. Number 3 is I switched to a fully plant-based diet, no meat. It's been years and years and years since I've had meat. Actually, I haven't had meat, dairy, eggs, and I think I'm healthier as a result. However, if you cut out meat or limit the amount of meat that you are eating, it's going to cut back on your grocery bill. Of course, you can still spend an arm and a leg on plant-based items. There's also a variety of vegan products out there that are really unhealthy. And you can spend a ton of money on processed vegan food. Actually, more and more and more products are coming out in the grocery store. I think more people, more of the population actually are switching to this way of eating. And I can tell that based off of the selections on our grocery store shelves. It's increasing the amount of things we can buy. Cookies. I can get anything and everything that I could imagine, fake, imitation meat products, all kinds of things. But if you, so that's what we did. So I switched to a plant-based diet. The kids largely as well. They do eat some meat products once in a while. I don't enforce it on them, but they tend to eat what I'm eating. And so we're mostly a meatless family. Speaking of food, we still pack. We packed all lunches. We stopped eating lunch out. And I work in a corporate environment with lots of other companies in the complex that I work in. And there's a like a place you can go to order food. And I walk in there with my coworkers pretty much every day, and they're either buying lunch, or I see lots of other people buying lunch on a daily basis. People spend so much money on lunch. My kids tell me that a lot of their friends purchase lunch at school almost every day. Even though it's only, $2.90, that $2.90 adds up if you're ordering lunch every single day at the school, or if you're buying lunch every day. It's a lot more economical. It'll save you a lot of money if you pack. If you can pack your lunch, it's just going to really cut down on your food expense. I started camping, which is extreme for me. It really was extreme for me the first time we went. I was terrified to go camping. And it's kind of funny now that it's been so many years I've been doing it. But so no vacations when we were getting out of debt. No vacations except for camping trips where the campsite at a state campground was like, I don't know, $18, $13 a night. And so we'd go for one night, 2 nights. It's like $20 for a vacation. And I would go, I say I, because my husband, he's older. He's a lot older than I am, but he was like, I'm not going to be sleeping on the ground. But so I took a couple of the kids. I went with my sister and her husband. They had all the gear. I was able to borrow their gear. So if you have a friend or a relative who goes camping, you can go with them and borrow their stuff. So you're not spending a lot of money on gear, because I know that can get really expensive. But you can possibly team up with somebody or another family and go camping, but no vacations at all. Didn't go anywhere. Stopped going to the shore, stopped whatever. We didn't really take tons of vacations, but stopped going to Disney World or whatever you're doing, stop vacations. So we stopped vacations and started camping. Okay, next I drove my car until the wheels fell off, literally. So the car I was driving was really old, and the wheel fell off. Okay, so I kept making this noise, and I was like, what is that noise? Because it was an old car. I kept having all these repairs needed to be done. But I was driving this old car. It didn't have any heat. It didn't have any air conditioning. I drove it through a whole winter with no heat, a whole summer with no air conditioning. And that's what I did. I drove to work with no heat or air conditioning, and the windows open in the summer. And in the winter, I just, wore gloves when I was driving and just made it to work without any heat. And then when it was snowing, it was stressful, because I actually really didn't try to drive when I knew it was going to be snowing, because defrost is a problem. It was kind of dangerous. But the wheel actually ended up falling off because I guess the lug nuts popped off and was making this noise. And I thought the noise was the muffler. And I was like, gosh, the muffler must have gone. So I just kept driving it. And then the noise got really bad. And so I pulled over. Thank goodness. I pulled over actually at my daughter's daycare. I got to her. She actually got a phone call that day that she was throwing up and she was sick. So I left work early to go pick her up. I get to the daycare and I pull over and I was like, oh my gosh, the noise is getting so loud. So I get there. I made it there. I get out of the car and I look at the car, and the wheel was like this. Like it had fallen off. I wish I had taken a picture or a video of this, and I don't know why I didn't. But it was like this. I think I was so stressed out, and I was like, oh my gosh, like the wheel just fell off. And I'm so glad that I didn't get hurt and that didn't completely fall off while I was driving. So my point is, if you hear a noise that sounds like a muffler, check all the lug nuts on your tire. Now I know to do that. I had no idea to do that before. So now I know to look and make sure, because I guess 3 of the nuts had popped off. And so the wheel was like this. So then, of course, I had to wait for a tow truck and for my husband to come get me. And then my daughter, who's in the daycare sick, really with a flu or something. I don't know, she had a stomach bug. So I'm in the daycare with her, sitting with her in the bathroom, waiting for my husband to get there and for the tow truck to get there. It was really not a great situation. And I don't think that the daycare teacher was probably very happy that I was that we were sitting in the bathroom while she was sick. I'm sure she wanted us to get the heck out of there with my sick kid, but I couldn't leave till I got a ride. So we were both sort of trapped there. But the wheel literally fell off my car. So next is our dishwasher broke and the door wouldn't stay closed. So we used a broom handle and I think I have a video of this, which I'm going to try to insert. We took a broom handle and shoved one end into the radiator to hold it there, and the other end into the top of the dishwasher to keep the door shut when it was, so it would keep running. Because if the broom handle wasn't there, then the door would pop open and the dishwasher wouldn't run. So we propped the broom handle in the dishwasher to keep it going. So we definitely did that, I think, for at least a year and a half, or maybe, a year and a half before, finally getting a new dishwasher. Next is the tub faucet broke on our tub, and we didn't fix it. So we filled up the bath with shower water, just would turn the nozzle so the shower would run, and then the tub would fill up for baths for the kids. But the actual faucet that would fill the tub with water, to take a bath, it wouldn't work. It wouldn't function because that little thing that you turn to make it switch between shower and tub, broken. So we did not fix it. We just filled up the tub with because we don't want to spend money to get that fixed. Next is we sold furniture. We sold our furniture on eBay. We actually sold a love seat. I sold a bunch of strollers. So if we didn't need it, we sold it on eBay, which was kind of extreme, And then lastly is I became a YouTuber. So a side hustle is an extreme thing to do. And having a YouTube channel and a blog is my side hustle, and this is an unusual side hustle, something that most people do not do, but that we did to bring in extra money. But that's not really the main reason, because if you want to make extra money, YouTube is not the way to do it. But I didn't really know that in the very beginning days, that it takes years and years and years and years, and it definitely is a labor of love, and you do not want to get into this if you're just looking to make extra money. But there it is. At this point now, it does provide a little extra income for our family, and it is a side hustle, in addition to being something I enjoy, because if you don't enjoy it, there's no way you're going to make it doing this. It's just impossible. Okay, so those are 10 extreme things that we did to get out of debt, or to save money, or to live more frugally. Insert whatever you want on there. Just, if you're trying just to save your emergency fund, or to save for something special that you really want, there's obviously so many reasons to live. Maybe you're trying to reach millionaire status and net worth of $1 million. And so you're trying to really do extreme things to save money or to cut your expenses. Maybe that'll give you some ideas, or share your ideas down below in the comments. What are you doing to be extremely frugal so that you can hit a financial goal, whatever that may be? It can be many. Maybe you're trying to buy your first house or buy a rental property, just whatever it may be. I'd love to hear the extreme things that you're doing. And if you are doing extreme things, also try to write them down. I highly suggest that, because I feel like there's more that we did that I have forgotten at this point, or that I wish, like the car, I wish I'd taken a picture. Because when you're going through the stages of getting out of debt, or, doing something to hit a goal, it can be like you are thinking, I don't ever want to be in this position again, because it's not necessarily easy or fun in the moment. Obviously, looking back, you're going to be kind of maybe proud to have those moments, those stories that you can share with others, and to help, motivate them or inspire them, or just to remember, as a family, hey, this is what we did, and we're proud of ourselves. We did this to reach this goal. So try to write it down, or do something to help remember. Take a picture of whatever it is you did or are doing. That way, like I said, you can think back on it, and either think back on it and say, gosh, I am so glad we are not doing that anymore, or hey kids, or hey grandkids, or hey friend or neighbor, look what we did when we were trying to get out of debt, so you can do this too, right? Okay, enough said. Thank you guys so much for watching. If it's your first time here, be sure to subscribe. I'm here every single week talking all about money. We're a family of 6, and we live in the Philadelphia area, and I work full-time in finance, and I do this on the side. And because I don't know, I'm just weird. Okay. All right, you guys, thanks so much. Talk to you later. Bye.